Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. Today we're going to be doing the Mermail deck profile, an extremely powerful and versatile deck. It is definitely one of the contenders this format, and I'm going to be going into my synopsis into it. If you guys would like to see this deck being played, then I definitely left a link for the playlist below of the Mermail saga. We're going to be starting off with 2 copies of Mermail Abyss Megalo. I felt that 3 was extremely cloggy, and at times when you did draw multiples of him, he just kind of like sat there, even when you did have gun plays. But if I were to run 3, I definitely have to move gun back up to 3. Next is 3 copies of Mermail Abyss. Extremely good, practically the Stratos for the deck. It's limited to 1 in the OCG for a reason, being able to search any of your Mermail monsters to your hand and just go wacky plays after that. Title, for obvious reasons, Title really helps the deck in going into your rank 7 plays. If all else fails, he's a 2600 beater, and his discarding effect isn't that bad. Lead, a lot of people have decided that Lead isn't a great card, but you guys have to remember, though Lead is only 300 points stronger than Megalo, that's a huge difference when it comes into this game, since the threshold typically is 2500. Lead is the power beater, typically the monster you want to go into after they hit your Lind. Just a really good card, and I think it's highly underrated. Even his discard effect is good. Triple copy of Mermail Abyss Lind. Linda, I think, is pretty mandatory. Practically, you want to say the giant rat of the deck. She really does combo very well with Lead and just Pike and getting out all of your crucial plays to the field. 2 copy of Gund. Gund is Gund. If she's ever discarded while you're activating a Mermail, you get the special summoner. It's so many rank plays, even with 4s and 7s that go with her. She's typically the card that helps you lead with that OTK. 2 copies of Pike, the Searcher of the deck. Actually, another one of the Searchers of the deck. Being able to grab any of your level 3 water monsters is pretty good. You know, you have Gun, you have Gen X Undyne, you have Marksman. It's just overall really a really good card. Solid. 3 copies of Infantry for face-up destruction. 3 copies of Marksman for face-down destruction. 3 copies of Aqua Spirit. Now, I really like Aqua Spirit in this deck, mainly because it helps you with a lot of plays. It gets you into your Bahamut Shark. It is a 1600 attack monster. It helps you even with synchro plays because our main board Effect Veiler. Aqua Spirit is just a highly underrated card in this deck and just really helps overall. 3 copies of Effect Veiler. I feel that even if Effect Veiler is useless in certain matchups, I can always just summon it alongside my level 7 synchros and go into a level 7 play, or even go into a rank 5 or a level 5 play, which is not that bad. But most of the time, Effect Veiler really does get there. I don't run any defensive traps, so I think Effect Veiler is almost mandatory in almost any Mermail build. 1 copy of Dragoons for obvious reasons. Fishborg Archer is another one of those cards that you really have to pay close attention to. All you have to do is not have a monster on the field to go off with this card. At the at the cost of discarding 1 card from your hand, Infantry, Marksman, Dragoons, Gun, you get to special summon them and then reap your reward because he is a water monster and you just use their effects for a water monster. Archer allows you for your Black Rose plays, your Gungnir plays, even Synchros and Xyz. It's just so good. It's too good to ignore. 1 copy of Deep Sea Diva for your Synchro plays, the Xyz play as well. 1 copy of Mermail Abyss Sturge to recycle any of your Marksmans, your Infantries, your Lens, just whatever that good stuff is. He's just a really good card. That random copy of Gen X Undyne. I really like Gen X Undyne here as attack, mainly because you only have 1 Dragoons. It really helps you bring that out to the graveyard. It puts your Title, which is also limited to 1 to the graveyard. It puts your Fishborg Archer if all else fails, and it really helps you set up with a lot of plays. Also, the Gen X controller combos really well with that Aqua Spirit and going to your ranks or your level 7 synchro plays. Next for spells is 2 copy of Mystical Space Typhoon, Dark Hole, Book of Moon. For traps, 3 Sphere, and 1 Squall. I'm really playtesting with Squall. So far, so good. Being able to special summon Lind, Megalo, and Lead on the field, and then just go from there is pretty fun. But it does have its drawbacks. I think it's just about worth the reward. Next on for extra deck. 1 copy of YuGiOh, 1 Draco Sack, 1 number 11 Big Eye, 1 Bahamut Shark, 1 Abyss Dweller, one Gaga Cowboy, one Abyss Strike, one Leviathan, Gachi Kentetsu. I'm still stuck between this and Armor Kappa because Armor Kappa does get you a lot of advantage, especially if you summon Diva, special summon Infantry, and then go into Kappa. You detach with Kappa's effect, Infantry's effect gets to destroy, or you could discard with Kappa and you get an effect off of there. I'm going to stick with Gachi Kentetsu for right now just because of the 400 that it gives armor monsters, and it just really helps. But I'm definitely playtesting between both of the cards, and Armor Kappa might be winning this battle. So if you guys want to try it out, take out that Gachi Kentetsu for Armor Kappa and just let me know how it works. Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, or Stardust Spark Dragon, Gungnir, Black Rose, DeLorean, and Armatus. Now, Armatus is the king of level 5 monsters. I cannot stress that. Being able to go through any card protected is just amazing, and be able to stop battle searchers, prevent Honest from hitting the field, Cranes from hitting the field, or hitting the activating. It's just a really good underrated level 5 monster, even though it got a lot of spotlight last format. Now, next to the extra deck, or side deck, I apologize, the third copy of Mystical Space Typhoon, triple Maxi, triple Morphing Jar. Now, Morphing Jar is extremely odd when you look at it. The biggest reason why I like Morphing Jar in here is because every time you set a monster, the opponent's going to think it's the Lind. So they typically don't want to attack the Lind. They don't want to do anything. But you're setting a Morphing Jar. They want to build up their resources, and then when they finally do try to hit that Lind, they run into a Morphing Jar, which resets their field. It's also a great side deck option against decks like Ophion, which tend to give this deck just a little bit of problems, and decks that just like to sit on the field with that one big beefy monster and then control the board with that. Morphing Jar tends to give them a problem. Keep in mind, if it gets rid of extra deck cards, Synchros, Fusions, Exceeds, they do not get the monsters back. They don't get the reveal from their deck to special summon, since there was no monsters that was sent to their main deck. Close Force. Gravekeepers are extremely annoying. Almost any deck that uses a field spell card in this deck tends to get extremely annoying, but mostly just Gravekeepers, and this card really helps you shut them down, just to get them out of your face and do what you got to do to win the game. 2 copies of Exceed Encore, because like I said, a lot of Exceeds out there, they tend to come with some type of protection or something, or even the new Arc Knight card, or sorry, Silent Arc Horrors, or whatever you want to call it, Ophion, Pleiades, just extremely annoying cards. So Exceed Encore is in there, definitely to stop all those threats. And then last is 3 copies of Royal Decree, extremely good at just stopping your opponent's traps. Really good since I only run 4 of them, and I really don't need them as bad as the opponent would need their traps. Thank you guys for watching another segment of The Cali Effect. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.